everyone calls me Annie because the young ones seem to have caught on with Annie, and so that's what I've got now. My husband even calls me Annie now, so it's sort of like, because people ring up and say, is Annie there, you know, so it's become now a family thing where everyone's calling me Annie. We're at the Waverley Netball Centre. Even though it's enormous, everyone seems to know one another, and they're all friendly and everything. So it's not just a competitive netball environment, it's more like a get-together on a Saturday. Umpiring to me means that you're out there to try not umpire to a rule book. You're out there to try and understand what the players are trying to do within the rules and then implement them to the best of your ability to allow them to have a game. Not to think of yourself as being in control of a game, that you're just there to be like a mediator and just let them play and only step in. I would like to teach my umpires that they are like part of the team and not controlling the team.
You're there as an umpire, but you're also there as a coach. So like trying to play that part in creating a really hearty, comforting environment that is just going to keep the kids coming back every week. Because I think that's something that's become really apparent in the research, is that once we get to kind of like mid-teens, so many girls drop out of sport. And I think it's places like this where you're coming to the same area with the same people week after week. If it's a happy environment, kids are going to keep coming back. A great umpire is somebody who is consistent and fair. They take into consideration the game level and they're able to kind of adjust as needed to make sure that all players and coaches involved are able to get what they can out of the game while making it a positive and a fun environment.
Having the rapport where you are not telling them off, you're just advising them and just explaining. And I think sometimes that rapport is what allows umpires to not have too many challenges, because the players sort of feel that you're trying to do the best by letting them play the game. The best umpires we've got here are the ones that even with their gestures, they're soft and it's not challenging because the kids think they've done something really wrong. The ones we've got all doing the under-9s in the morning are all got that beautiful rapport, and the players love it because they're not being judged, they're just being coached.
Helping players get their best out of the game comes down to like the umpire kind of being able to read the room a little bit. Kind of acknowledging, okay, I've got a team on the bottom of the ladder and I've got a team on the top of the ladder. Maybe that's going to look a little bit different for how I'm kind of calling things. So if we can keep promoting that happy, positive learning environment that is fun for everybody involved, all the stakeholders, your coaches, your parents, your players, your umpires, why wouldn't you want to be here till you're 25? Annie's the kind of person that you have a conversation with her and you feel like she is listening and you feel instantly nurtured and supported by her as well. I think she just has this way of connecting with people really quickly.
If they're not having fun and they're feeling like, the umpire is always, picking on them or something like that, then they're not going to want to play because it's no fun and it's embarrassing. The rule book is great, but knowing the rule book just means that you've got a good memory. Well, in my case, it's probably not the good memory, it's just experience, but it's understanding that rule book, and that's what makes a good umpire.